In this video tutorial, we introduce you to assignment number 1 for 50/20. So when you're in the 50/20 LMS, if you click on the assessments tile, this will take you to the section of the LMS that holds all the information about your assessments for 50/20. If you scroll down to the assessment 1 section, you'll see that you've got a link to the details and instructions. You've got an AI acknowledgement task, which you need to do before you actually submit your assessment. Is a couple of questions just to confirm how you have or haven't used AI. Once you've completed that, the submission Dropbox will open for assignment number 1. And if you need an extension, you can apply for a 3-day extension automatically. You click on that link and the extension is applied. When you click on details and instructions, it's fairly standard, some information about dates, equivalent word count, the intended learning outcomes, so on and so forth, and then some information about the task itself here. Now, this task is 5 questions, and your job is to investigate the 50/20 LMS site, to come to know the LMS site and come to know where the content is all housed and where it's available. And what you do is you become familiar with that content through the weekly activities, through discussions, through the tutorials, and this builds your ability to then answer these 5 questions. The 5 questions each center around a really important concept in 50/20. So they're not questions such as, have you accessed the LMS, or, have you done this particular reading? They're a little bit more cerebral than that, and probably a little bit more demanding of your time and your thinking. But they're really important in terms of setting yourself up with that foundation to have a successful journey through 50/20. The task itself opens on the 2nd of March and closes at 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, the 17th of March. You have access to the questions as of the 2nd of March. So you've got nearly 2.5 weeks between the task opening and the task closing to develop your understanding of these concepts and, to craft your response to them. Now, the way that you find the questions for this particular activity are there's going to be in your portfolio of practice. So one of the activities for week 1 is to set up your portfolio of practice, and you do that by downloading the template that has been provided, and that template contains the questions and some other information as well. You don't have to stick to that template as you progress through the subject. You can edit it and adapt it, but by providing you with a template that you download and use as the starter for your portfolio of practice, we're reducing some of that cognitive load at the beginning. So, making the assumption that you have downloaded your portfolio of practice and you're ready to go, this is how you go in and find your questions for the quiz. So, using these thumbnail slides at the bottom, very quickly to show you that you've got the header page, you've got the table of contents page, you've got some slides there where you can put in content for walks 1, 2, and 3, and then we get to the content about assessment number 1. So assessment number 1 is due in week 3, so that's why it's positioned there. So this task is about developing 5 work-in-progress position statements. So this means that you are crafting a short response to each question, around 100 words each, and your response reflects your current, or at the time, understanding about the particular concept that you're being asked to investigate. Also in the portfolio practice that you've downloaded, you've got the about assignment number 1 video and how to submit assignment number 1 video. Some instructions here about how to submit each task, which I'll talk about in a moment. A reminder that if you're using or drawing upon any literature, you must reference it using APA. And a statement here as well that your position statement, so your 5 answers to these questions, you can submit them in any format that suits your learning. So it can be text, It can be video, it can be audio. The next slide has got this video, so about assignment number 1. The next slide has got how to submit assignment number 1, and then you get to the questions. So the first question is about critical self-reflection. I'm not going to go through each question now, you can do that yourself, but I just want to explain how this works in terms of you populating your answers. So you read through the question and determine what is needed from it. You then draft your response. So you draft your work in progress position statement. And it's work in progress because you will continue to develop your thinking after assignment number 1 has been submitted and marked. Once you've drafted your position statement and you're ready to submit on or by the 17th of March, you add your 100 words to this slide. You can create a new slide if you need more than one slide to do that. And so that's where your answer goes. And as you progress through the remaining slides, you'll see that you progress through the other questions. So that is how you access the questions for assignment number 1. And just to give you some sort of forward thinking on this, you also submit a particular kind of version of your portfolio of practice as assignment number 1.